Hello, hello.
Good rising, Jen.
Get my face in the picture here. Looks good.
Bang, bang.
Camera's right side up, so we're good. How are you?
It's a beautiful day out here, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get outside today. It looks nice out, so a
You
little
should,
later.
bro.
Yeah, I would go outside now, but I have the feeling it would be like crazy noisy. Be like guys like banging on the house or
uh,
something crazy like that.
trust that thought, bro. Trust that
Yep.
thought. All right, guys. So today, me and Jen are going to discuss our past issues with our health and the stuff we've gone through with our personal fitness, stuff that's messed us up in a sense because we
Mhm.
overindulged or we just didn't take care of our vessel, our body, and and we're gonna tell you exactly what that is and how we overcame that, man. So Jen, you said you had issues with your circadian rhythm.
Yeah, so I did personal training for a little while, and you know how the hours are personal training. You're opening up the gym at like 5 a.m. and stuff like that. And I've always been an early bird person, so I've always been a morning person. So I'm like, all right, I'll do like the 5 a.m. I didn't want to do the 5 a.m. I was like, yeah, can we do 6 a.m., 7 a.m.? But what happened was I was getting up at all different times. Like my schedule was, even if it was like an hour here and there. So it was like I would open the gym some days and I'd have to be there at like 4:45 a.m., which for me is my body doesn't really like, it kind of lives with the sun. It likes to be up like 6 o'clock and beyond is good for my body. Before that, I'm kind of like a zombie. But it wasn't the issue of necessarily the early time. It was getting up at different times
Hmm.
each day. And what happened was I really felt the effects of this. Crazy
Mm.
felt the effects. Um, I was always the type of person, well, I need to eat breakfast. Now I don't eat breakfast because I do intermittent fasting, but I was like, how am I going to eat breakfast? So I had all these thoughts. So I ended up eating breakfast at like, 4 in the morning or something crazy like that when
Oh,
my body was not even hungry. And my body just got so ridiculously messed up. The circadian rhythm got messed up because I was eating at all different times. I was waking up at different times. I was going to bed at different times. So normally,
man.
or my body wants to go to bed 10 o'clock p.m. I'm like, oh, well, I have to get up early tomorrow. So now I have to force myself to try and
Oh,
fall
right,
asleep at 8 p.m., which often didn't work.
right.
And the effects of this were that I felt tired all the time. I felt really unmotivated. I started feeling depressed. I was getting cramps in my legs every day. Just not normal stuff. And I wasn't working out. I was working out less. As a personal trainer, I lost the motivation for fitness, which
Wow.
it's something I've always loved to do. But I
Yeah.
was just so exhausted. And some days, I could be done by 12 p.m. And I was like, oh, good, I have the whole day ahead of me to do whatever I want. Or I'm going to go work out after my shift or something like that. But it's like my body was preventing me from doing that. Because what
Mm.
happens, your circadian rhythm, every time at night, your body's releasing melatonin at a
Right.
particular time. So you keep messing that up and going to bed at all different times. When you wake up, you have what's something called social jet lag. You're basically jet lagged. It's like
Uh-huh.
if you've ever taken Benadryl,
Yeah.
before bed, the next morning you have like a hangover. That's what it
Oh
felt like.
man.
That's what it felt
Man.
like. And I like the job, but the hours and just on my body, I was like, this is not. I'm getting sick more often and things like that. I'm starting to drink coffee more often to try and compensate, so that
Hmm.
I'm getting like more cramps in my body and
Right.
just
Dehydration.
yeah. And it just totally messed me up. Totally messed me up. The hours, the changes, and just all over the place for me. So
How long did he go through that, Jen?
I it was less than a year, so it was kind of like a short stint of job I did. I'm a trained acupuncturist, so that's what I normally do. But I
Didn't know that.
experimented. I'm like, you know what? I want to get my personal training certificate because I love fitness,
Amazing,
and
brother.
realized that wasn't really my passion. I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't my passion in life, purpose in life, and that's for a whole nother video,
I
right?
get you.
Like,
Yes.
just because you like something doesn't mean that that is what
Yeah,
you should
bro.
do, you know? So, yeah, I did it for a little while until I was just like, you know what, I just don't, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't resonate with me, you know?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, it's important to keep your body in check and to listen to your body when it's just like
Oh yeah.
calling out at you, like this doesn't feel good for you, and you're, even though you're doing it for a while, you're still not getting used to it because this isn't like what your body wants. Yeah.
Exactly. You hear that, guys? Just listen to your body, bro. It knows best. Your vessel really, really does, man. If you guys are going through or have gone through any of this, let us know, bro. Put it in the comments. You know, if
Yeah,
you're having,
let us know. Absolutely.
right, like if you have any issues right now, health issues, maybe we might have a solution to it. You know, something that's helped us. Thanks, George. Great stuff, buddy. um, you know, Jen, I've gone through something very similar.
Mm-hmm.
I destroyed my central nervous system.
Mm.
And you know, dude, I mean, when I say young, I mean I was like 23 at the time,
Mm-hmm.
or no, 24, 24, and
Still young.
I, yeah, um, I have a very addictive personality.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I swear it's an entrepreneur mindset, buddy. As you know, like you're either all in or you're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
And for me, when I was again overindulging in alcohol, bro, and I was drinking every other day, that the way that I broke that addiction was switching from alcohol to pre-workouts.
Mm.
So George, you might know about this,
The
buddy.
stimulants, right?
Yes, it was all about stimulants
Yeah.
for me, dude.
Yeah.
And I was taking 2 scoops of pre-workout a day, of course,
Mm-hmm.
of the strongest fucking stimulants I could find. um,
Heart palpitations, right?
yes,
Yeah.
it's scary, so scary, but true,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
So because of that, I did that for about a year, and I was, you know, my diet wasn't the best. I wasn't eating fucking celery and carrots every day, and I I was um, I was drinking. I was still drinking, like even though like I reduced the amount of alcohol. Every now and then I would still drink, and I know that also does wreaks havoc on your central nervous system.
Mm.
So all this shit started to stack up, bro, for long periods of time. And I actually this happened when I was at school. When I was in the process of obtaining my personal training diploma too, Dan. So it was a 6 month program. In the middle of the program, I wake up one day, I take a pre workout, and all of a sudden my eyes just start to feel heavy as fuck, man.
Mm.
And you know something's wrong. You know, you're
You're crashing. Yeah.
like
You burn
hard,
yourself out.
and yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it that from that day, I it was a Sunday. I just felt I had clouded judgment. My eyes were heavy. I couldn't think straight, dude, and I was tired as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't take caffeine for the week, and I was still I couldn't fall asleep. I think maybe my circadian rhythm was messed up too because I would be so tired all throughout the day until like 8 or 9, and then like at 9 p.m. I'd have energy, and I'm like, oh yeah, now what's the point now? You know, I'm trying to fall
Yeah.
asleep.
Energy to like read your book or something. Or, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So it's
Man.
like I messed up my CNS bad, and to
Yeah.
this day, I'm still recovering from it, bro.
Yeah. Was it caffeine in the this? It was caffeine
Oh,
in the
it was
stimulant.
yeah. Oh, I
Like
mean,
caffeine. Yeah.
I was consuming over 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day.
Damn. Yeah. That'll do it. You're going through a withdrawal, buddy. Definitely withdrawal. And I mean, I experienced that too because I started drinking like an extra cup of coffee a day, like full caffeine, and I was tired, and like I said, I was getting cramps in my legs and stuff like that, and I was thirsty all the time, and I was like, you know, it's just not working, just not
Yeah,
cool,
bro.
you know, yeah,
Unfortunately, you know, you really do start to rely on that coffee, dude.
yeah, and then it doesn't do anything anymore, you know,
Right, right.
so yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
luckily, guys, Jen, I have sensitive adrenal glands, so there's like even and I started taking the supplement called Adrenal Care. Adrenal Care.
Hmm.
And that's how I know it was a problem with my CNS and my adrenal glands, because every time I would take the supplement, I would feel like 1,000 times better, bro. It's like you
Mm.
just had a fresh, a great night's sleep.
Hmm.
And that's when I realized, dude, my adrenal glands were also burned out because of the stimulants. Because that's one of the first things that your body that processes the stimulants are
Yeah.
your adrenal glands.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
it's
mean, the thing with the pre-workouts, it's like they work at first, but then your body gets used to it. Like with
yeah,
anything, it's a drug, right? Your body gets
it
used to it,
really.
and then you either have to take more and more and more of it, which you're
I'll give you
just
that.
depleting your whole system out, right? And then to wean off of it or to just cut it out completely, you're going to suffer for a little while for sure,
Oh yeah,
because your
man.
body has to like now readjust itself,
Yeah,
which sucks big
and
time. Yeah.
it really does, bro. It really does. But it will heal. That's the amazing thing about the human body, bro. It will heal.
Hmm.
Um, Crystal was saying, I definitely have experienced that as well. Like, in what way, Chris? In what way, buddy? Besides dehydration, what else could cause leg cramps? What do you think, Jen?
Um, I mean, it could be a number of things if you're working out and you're not stretching enough. I mean, that could be a
Tight
factor
muscles.
as well.
Yeah.
Some people have like vascular issues. They may get leg cramps, like, the worst case scenario would be like a clot or something like that. I'm not saying that you have that, but usually it's one of two things. I mean, either the muscles are just very tight, or yeah, I mean, you're not drinking enough fluids or water for your system, things like that, from what I've noticed. And then
Eh,
Eleanor, oh, her body clock started taking melatonin to help her sleep. It's not good to, I took melatonin for a little while. I think it's okay to, if your circadian rhythm is completely out of whack, you can use melatonin to kind of get it back into place. Or say you're traveling overseas or something like that, and you're just completely jet lagged, you can use melatonin. I don't use it anymore because I find that even if I take like 1 milligram, or I take a very little bit, I still get like the hangover the next day. Like I don't. Some people can take a lot of it, and it doesn't affect them. But for me, I have like that freaking like Benadryl effect, where I'm like hungover practically. But I mean, you could try it. Just play around with the amount you're taking, because sometimes you could take too much, and then you will have like that hangover the next day. But if you feel like you want to try it and
right.
kind of get your body back into system, you could try it. Just try like a little bit at a time. Yeah. Yeah,
Well
some
said,
people, I
Jen.
mean, maybe we're sensitive to it, Crystal. I don't know, but
It's
I can't do it anymore.
freaking black.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Jen. Just to add on to that, Eleanor and Chris, we all have that sweet spot. So if you can find the exact amount that you can take without feeling like that, that'd be great. But unless your body just naturally responds to it like that, and no amount that you take is gonna not cause that hangover effect. But that's what I would say, Eleanor. Like, try to find a sweet spot to take just enough, right? Just enough to get you to knock out and to not feel that way in the morning.
And Eleanor, is it you have trouble falling asleep, or why do you think you're out of whack with your circadian rhythm?
There we go.
Question.
Yeah, man. For a long time, I was taking sleeping pills too because of the caffeine. I couldn't fall asleep, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, I didn't have hangovers. Um, but it's just I feel uncomfortable taking it because I know it's not natural, bro. I wasn't taking melatonin. I was taking something else.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, like it has all those artificial colors in it, and it's just not
Mm-hmm.
it's not the best thing to take, dude.
Yeah. Red wine works too, but it disrupts your sleep. But
Yes.
without trying to cut down on, but it is, yeah, I mean, I found myself for a while like really taking something to help me fall asleep, and now I try not to, or I have like a lavender essential oil, if that I
Yeah.
have to get more of, I'll use some of that or something. But usually if you can't fall asleep, it's because pay attention to your schedule, your body clock schedule. Are you going to bed at all different times? What are you doing before bed too? on your iPad or on your phone, in front of the
Oh yeah.
computer, or in front of the TV. I mean, I have the blue light blocking glasses, which are a godsend. So anybody
Yes,
who finds that they can't fall asleep, try those guys out. I mean, they're awesome. I use them
bro.
for the computer and stuff too.
Highly recommended.
Yeah.
Crystal has those. I have those.
Mhm.
And I actually just got them too, Jen.
Mhm.
I'll put them on an hour before I knock out, and I swear, dude, the first time I tried them, just instantly, I was like I don't know, I just started feeling like naturally tired. I'm like I'm ready to go to bed. But before
Mhm.
then, you're on the phone, you're on the iPad.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't believe how different it is when you really put on these glasses, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I use them all the time on my computer during the day. I use them all the time. And Eleanor said it's her trying to do work. So Eleanor, you do work till
Yeah.
late at night. Yeah, I mean, that's something too. I mean, maybe try to look at your overall schedule and see, like for me, I try not to, maybe like within an hour of bed, try to do something that's calming, relaxing. Try not to do work if you can. I don't know if that's a possibility, but maybe take a look at your schedule and allow yourself some time right before bed instead of doing work right until the moment that you have to like jump into bed and um, and do something. I don't know if it's like take a bath or something, or read a book, or just something maybe work that's not so like stimulating or draining for the mind or something like that. I mean, that's huge, kind of our self-care routine before we sleep, because that
Right.
can really affect it. A lot of times going to bed and we're thinking about a problem, or we're thinking about an issue, or we're actually stressed out before we're going to bed. I mean, I always say you should never go to bed angry. You should never go to bed
No.
stressed. So maybe like a light meditation or something you could do, a mind thing. Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe like a light meditation or something too, just something to calm you down. Like I said, 30, 45 minutes, an hour before bed.
If you have
Yeah,
it.
if you have it. Yeah. But if you don't, then take a look at the overall schedule and see where you're prioritizing your time maybe. It's because self-care should really, a lot of us like to push off self-care as something that's if I get to it type of thing. You know what I mean,
Yeah,
Ryan?
man.
It's kind of like we don't
Right.
prioritize ourselves,
Key word
but it
there,
really is
Jen.
important. Just, I mean, it's as important, if not more important, than everything else that you have to do. So I would really prioritize it. Hey, Tara.
Yes.
Tara's on.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining, guys.
Yeah, guys. Thank you.
Love, bro. Definitely, Jen. Again, the key word there, guys. Prioritize. Because if it's not a priority, it's gonna be on the back end of your mind. And me and Jen found out the hard way
Mm-hmm.
what happens when you don't prioritize your health. You really do. You take it for granted, bro. And there's you don't like that saying, you don't know what you got till it's gone, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
once you fuck up your health, bro, it's like everything changes, man.
Absolutely. And also nutrition wise too. What are you eating right before bed, or what kind of thing, when do you cut off your caffeine intake? So all these things
Nutrition.
play a role
Let's go
into
into
your
that,
health.
buddy.
Yeah. So
So
what do you want to go into?
so yes, dieting, nutrition. What do
Yeah.
you what do you know about that? Like what's your like foods or supplements or things that keep you in a high vibrated state, Jen?
You know, the thing that I focus on right now is variety and balance. I keep it simple for myself because I was always the type of person where I would like obsess. If I was trying to diet or whatever, I would look what the latest diet plan was, or I'd really try to follow like a strict clean diet. And oftentimes it wouldn't, I couldn't sustain it,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm a total believer in like not depriving yourself, not eliminating anything, but really just eating an overall healthy diet. Look at it from the viewpoint of like you're filling your gas tank up, right? What are you filling your gas tank up with? What is your fuel? Because
Right.
what you put into your body is going to affect how your body works and functions. It's going to affect everything. It's going to affect your mind, and it's going to affect how you move about in this world, your energy levels. So, I mean, for the most part, I eat pretty clean. I mean, I'm not going to say eat 100% clean. I don't eat, I still like eating potato chips or chocolate or
Yeah,
whatnot, but I don't, I find myself not going crazy. The less I restrict myself, the
right.
less I want it, you know?
Hmm.
And I think also when it's like it's a holistic, it's a whole thing. It's like when you add in exercise and all these other positive elements into your
Right.
life, personal development, creativity, then
Meditation, I think you said, right?
yeah, meditation, all these things, you automatically want to take care of yourself better. It's like you want to eat better,
Definitely.
because the mind and our body, it's all connected. It's all connected. I do intermittent fasting now. I love it. I've been
Hmm.
doing it for like, I don't know, maybe like 1.5, 2 years. I
Oh yeah,
think. I
good
started
stuff,
doing it
right?
while I was training out of convenience because I'm
Hmm.
like, I don't want to eat breakfast at 4 a.m. anymore.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
what I found the good thing about fasting, it gives your digestive system a break
Right.
because we constantly, our bodies are always digesting, digesting, digesting. We never give ourselves a break. And
Hmm.
it's like I've always been into health and fitness and, I was a big believer I need to eat every 2 hours or every 3 hours, right? Keep my
Yeah.
metabolism up. So what happened, I would start to freak out if like I couldn't have a snack in between if I knew I was going somewhere and it would be like 4 hours without food. I would start to freak out and be like, oh, my metabolism is going to like take a nosedive, which is not true.
Oh man,
So
yeah.
I got out of that mentality for myself and realized that, the digestive system actually needs a break once in a while, because then the other organs of our body can do their job and function. So,
Exactly.
how about you, bro?
You got some wisdom in you, Jen. That's
Yeah,
awesome, buddy. Wow, that is
woman
gold.
of wisdom.
Women- um, wow, guys.
Thank you, Josh.
Yes, love, Josh. Um, I think that's very everything you said right there is so important, Jen, about fasting, because for a long time I went into deep research on fasting. I became obsessed with it, bro.
Hmm.
And like you said, it gives your digestive system time to rest. It also gives your cellular structures time to regenerate.
Hmm.
So when you're not eating, your body's healing itself.
Absolutely.
So eating every 2 hours is bullshit, guys. All right, and Kaden,
Your
just keep it.
metabolism is not going to just drop.
No,
Not going to drop in 2 hours. Yep.
if anything,
Yep.
that's how you get diabetes because you're constantly
Mm,
spiking up your insulin. You know, but
absolutely.
when you keep it neutral, when you eat maybe I used to eat once a day, Jen. Guys, I
Nice.
used to be for 6 months. I was vegan, completely vegan,
Wow.
eating once a day. I would eat at 12. It would be 1,800 calories. It would again all clean food, and
Hmm.
I felt fucking great. I felt amazing, dude. And like you said though, Jen, it wasn't sustainable for me though. Because while I had the discipline to do it for 6 months, which is still pretty cool,
Hmm.
um, it wasn't sustainable forever. And what again, I tried all kinds of diets. I've tried the keto diet,
Mm.
and I got amazing results, but it wasn't sustainable. I tried counting calories, right? My mind, but it ended up being a mind fuck because I I would become so stressed from just counting the calories. It's incredible the
Excessive.
mind game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You almost start creating like
Absolutely.
an eating disorder, bro.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So um, I went back to just intermittent fasting, but now with this whole central nervous system, I notice when and I do try to fast, like it takes a toll on my adrenals a little. So I feel a little more. It's not as easy to fast now, but I know
Hmm.
once I'm fully healed, I'm gonna go right back into fasting, dude, because it's so powerful, bro.
Yeah.
Like that clarity, Jen, right? The
Yeah.
clarity.
Yeah. I mean, the only advice I would give is listen to your body. Don't do what somebody else is doing just because they're doing it or it's like the popular thing. With fasting, like I had to play around with it because I used to do fast, but they were too long. Like I would go some days like 18, 20 hours between not having food. And what I found was like that was a little too long for me because it's not that I was hungry, but I felt like very weak, or I felt like I needed something before. So now I try to do
Right.
maybe like 14 to 16 hours, or I'll have like a
Sweet spot.
snack before lunch. Yeah, like a piece of fruit or something. So I listen, you have to listen to your body. Don't, just because it's, who was it?
He
Wolverine,
said,
or Wolverine does like the 16-hour, the 16-8, like the 16-hour
yeah,
fast, and
yeah,
like eats in the 8-hour window or whatever to get like the shredded superhero body or whatever. Like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, like I need to do that to attain the same body.
yeah,
But
man.
really it's about listening to your body. Like keto, for me, I don't feel like I could do keto, I I need carbs. My body needs carbs, you
Yeah,
know? So
yeah, I get it.
everybody's different. Other people it works really well for them.
Hmm.
And they have amazing results. They feel amazing on it. So, that's the best piece of advice is you have to listen to your body with
Right.
nutrition and listen to your body with exercise as well, because all exercise is not going to be the same for everybody too.
Exactly, Jen.
Hmm.
Exactly, bro. Um, there's something called,
Breatharian.
oh, the breath.
Uh, have you heard? I haven't heard of that. No.
Yes, yes, I have, Chris. Jen, it is crazy, bro. They don't eat. I think the way they live off air. So
Don't we all?
yeah, but I think it's a whole other level, bro. Because they don't eat. Some people just they juice, or there's a level under that where all they do is drink juices,
Hmm.
smoothies. They don't consume any solid foods. But a breatharian, yeah, I find that's mind blowing to me, dude. Like I don't know how, bro. They don't eat
And
it. Oh,
that's just what they live off of all the time. Hmm.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
To each their own. I mean, I don't know. Who
If it
am I to
works,
say?
right?
Who am I to say? Yeah. Drink.
um,
Wow. I think I would feel really deprived on that type of diet.
yeah,
It would probably lead me to binge eat, to be honest. For
yeah.
real. I mean, for real. So I mean, yeah, I mean maybe it works for people.
Right, bro. I mean,
Absolutely.
there's so many fads out there, like
Yeah.
so much shit, dude. Um, just something to keep in mind too, guys. Like, food is light, right? Food is light, and it breaks down into our DNA, and that's why whatever we consume, you know how they say, "What you eat, you are what you eat." Whatever we consume, you become. So just keeping that in mind, bro. Like, it's as difficult as it is. You really got to watch your intake, man. Because if you're constantly like, I, I don't know, Jen. Like for me, it's 50-50. Like I don't I can't go 100% vegan at this point.
Hmm.
No, I have and trust me, I tried over and over. But something that
You
I'm
bet your
just
body's saying no.
no, bro. Like
Yeah.
but something that I say and I do is everything I say, everything I do, and everything I consume makes me rich and healthy. And I truly believe that, bro.
Hmm.
So, like, um, that if this is a fucking dream and you control your reality, there's I heard, you ever heard of feel good?
Feel good.
Yeah,
That
the
is.
he's also an influencer.
Oh, I don't think so. I'm not too familiar.
So he says, check this out, guys. He says that in one of his videos that he's sure that people can still ascend, can still rise to their potential if they were eating French fries every day. So it's like again, while the food you consume breaks down into your DNA, you also I believe it, bro, that you also have that mind power to train and command your cellular structures to use everything you eat or consume to make you healthier, to make you wealthier,
Hmm.
to just again increase your memory for anything you desire, bro. Yeah, just wanted to
Wow,
share
that's
that.
that's interesting. That's awesome. Cool. I'll have
Right?
to check them out. Yeah.
So
Yeah. No,
much
I mean
knowledge.
it's true. I mean we're controlling our own reality all the time. So, why wouldn't we be able to control how our body is assimilating food,
Right?
and transporting food to different areas? Absolutely.
And that works with age too, bro. Like, I again something I'm a big fan of mantras and affirmations, Jen. And something I say, I am an ageless and healthy, magnificent being.
Hmm.
Like, fuck my age, bro. I don't believe in age. You know, like it's if you're an ageless, magnificent being, if we're spiritual beings, how can we have an age? And you know, you hear these people that are 100 years old and they're healthy as can be, and
Hmm.
it's all mindset, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, I know people, I have friends my age who are in worse shape than 80-year-olds I know. You know what I mean? So it really all is all about your mindset. So if you're living your life through just like a victim mentality, and you're always talking
Yes.
about your aches and your pains and doctor visits and, you know, just what's wrong with you. And I hear so many people talking about getting older as a negative thing. They're like, oh, you know, it's inevitable. Like, I'm going to
Right, bro.
die. I'm going to croak tomorrow. Like, I mean, that just becomes you, you know, that becomes your world. That's who you are. That's
Exactly,
your
man.
reality.
Exactly.
Whereas I've known people, and my grandparents, they've passed, but they were a great living example of this when they were alive. Because my grandfather, he was like 98 years old, and he was still taking walks around the block, or he drove until, you know, his late 90s, and he was painting every day. And so it really is all about the mindset when you get older. It's what you make of it. You know, I
Right.
mean, age is, it's a number, and it's just like,
It's made up,
what,
bro.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what age, when do you become
It's
old? Like, what is the age where you become old, really?
right.
You know, is it
Right.
65? Is it 75? Is it 80? Is it 38? I don't know.
Yeah, bro.
You know, so it's up to you. It's up to you and how you feel
Exactly.
about it.
Exactly, John.
Yeah.
Yes, Crystal, you can transform what you eat with energy. Exactly, bro.
Well, food is energy. I mean, food
Right.
has energetic components to it as well. So that's why I believe in a varied diet, because you can be unhealthy eating healthy food all the time. Because what
Yeah.
happens, you're completely out of balance. You know, the energy in your body gets out of balance. It's like people who eat only cold raw stuff. You know, that's very hard
Hmm.
on your digestive tract. So
Right.
you want to balance the flavors out. I know I've mentioned this before. Balance the flavors. You want to balance the types of foods you're eating. You want to balance just the ratios
Right.
and all that good stuff. So,
Yes. Um, thank you, Eleanor. Thanks. I'm glad you like the mantra, buddy. Um, and something that I learned, Jen, guys, is that when it comes to, again, just eating in general, the closer it is to nature, the more if it's organic, even better. But that's what we're really designed to consume.
mhm.
And just something to keep in mind. If you're never sure, like, damn, I don't really know what's clean, what's healthy. The closer it is to nature, the better it is for you, bro.
Look at the ingredient list.
That too. Yep.
Smaller it is, the better.
Yes.
You know, if it's like this
Dude,
long,
man.
and also some things to keep out for are like the emulsifiers in food too.
Oh yeah.
So soy lecithin is a big one that can
Oh
cause
my
a lot of digestive upset for people. And I noticed this, you know, the moment I began learning more about it. You know, I would eat something, I'd eat like a chocolate bar or something that had the soy lecithin or emulsifiers in it. And I'd be like, oh, I feel like bloated, or I feel like,
yeah.
you know, so it really is, you know, if you can't pronounce it, chances
Don't
are,
eat it.
you know, try
And
to live it.
did you know, Jen, guys, that 90% of soy is GMO in the USA?
Hmm.
90%, bro. So good, you know, it's kind of difficult finding that 10% that's organic soy.
Hmm.
Um,
Cooking with
and
more whole ingredients made a huge difference. Yeah, I know Tara's a vegan, so
definitely,
she uses
definitely.
a lot of
So
vegetables. Yeah,
you can't help but feel good when you eat clean, man.
yeah. It really does make a huge difference. It really does. You know, eating clean and then movement. So
Right.
I don't know, as
Yes.
far as things, if you have any advice about like exercise and movement, or if you guys have any questions about anything in particular.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have any questions, let us know. When it comes to exercise, yes. Oh boy, yeah. The soy does suck, man.
I
GMO.
don't even like
GMO.
soy.
Nah,
It's like
bro.
tofu, and
Yeah, same,
it's like a
same.
texture issue.
So I use exercising as a tool. I used to be a hardcore bodybuilder, Jen, Like just
Nice.
that. I was a big boy, dude. I was pushing heavy weight. I was all into that. Again, I loved it, dude. But I realized that it was a way to compensate for shadow work, and I started using it more of a tool. Like, and I used it when I was a trainer. I could like go on a run or maybe do a quick workout before I train a client because you get sharp. You get focused. You get that energy.
The endorphins, yeah.
So I would use that as a tool, and that's something that stuck with me. So now, like whenever whenever I need to be on point for anything, whether I'm about to do a video or I'm about to do a live, like I'll go for a run, I'll go for a walk, or I'll exercise. Again, I have in my basement, I'll do some weights, and it helps. It really does help you, man. Like that's you. I mean, anywhere from 30 minutes to 60 minutes as far as I go. I used to go for 3 hours, dude, but it's
Yeah,
just not
it's a
necessary,
lot. Yeah,
man.
it's not necessary. Yeah, and I think we live in a society where you have people under exercising or over exercising. There's no
Yeah,
like happy
sweet
medium. You
spot,
know, you
bro.
got people who are doing like 3 hours of just plain cardio all the time, 7 days a week,
Yeah.
and they never take a rest day. I mean, I am a total advocate in rest days. And
Yes,
not
Jen.
rest days where, you know, for some people, rest days, they're still doing yoga, they're still doing they're still active, you know. But for me, like I believe in just like letting your body rest completely. I mean, maybe do some light stretching or walking or something like that, but I
Right.
mean, your muscles have to recover. Your body has to recover. So if you're constantly just putting it through stress, I mean, what is exercise? You're putting your body through
Right.
stress,
Yep.
right? So if you're just
Taxes.
stressing yourself out and you're overtaxing the system, then you're going to get burnout, you're going to get adrenal fatigue, you're going to get all these things.
Exhibit A.
And then you're not going to be able to function, you know, you're going to be very, very tired. So
Yeah, bro.
I'm a total advocate in rest days. But, you know, as far as exercise, again, it's about listening to your body, you know, listening to what your body wants or what it needs. Myself, I go through phases where, you know, I could have a couple of months where I really focused and really want to, you know, work out a lot. And then some months where I kind of limit it, you know, where I'm not doing as
Exactly.
much or I'm changing it up. I mean, I'm constantly changing it up. You know,
hmm
it's like I just hit a point where you just feel kind of like stuck in your routine and your body's calling for something different.
hmm
So, I mean, I've done where I'm doing like 6 days of just like weightlifting. Now I'm doing more cardio than I used to do, you know? So I think
Right.
we're always flowing. You have to go with the flow of your body, of
Yeah.
what it's calling for. You know, if it's calling for you to just go out and take a walk, then go out and take a walk, you know? So
Exactly, Jen.
it's very individualized,
Yes.
you know?
Intuitive, bro.
Yeah.
Um, it's so true, Jen. It's so true, dude. Um, you know, something something I realized, bro. Like you get to a point where again you're so in tune with yourself, and it goes back to eating as well, like intuitive eating. There's people that do intuitive eating,
Hmm.
um, but just something to keep in mind. Remember, guys, that just like when you're lifting, when you're working out, your growth comes in spurts, right? You're not growing every day, and that's the same shit with life, bro. Like it's crazy how it's all connected, and you're not growing every day. You might work out on Monday, and you grow on a Wednesday. And just something to keep in mind to have patience with it, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
man.
all about the quick fix, so it's you know, you got to learn to have patience with your body. You got
Exactly.
to take care of your body. You got to love your body. You know, I think a lot of people exercise only to look good on the outside, but they don't truly love themselves on the inside,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
So it really, don't exercise just because you want to look good on the surface. Exercise because you want to feel good
Right.
inside, and it's helping you out. And I'll share a story too. A little while ago, kind of the you know, we're talking about exercise, but there's the other aspect of it, the non-exercise. So people who really don't do much, who don't exercise at all. I know I went through something like 3 or 4 months ago. I got sick, like I had something, and I didn't work out for, I didn't exercise at all for like a couple of weeks at least. Didn't do
Hmm.
anything. And honestly, my body felt terrible. Those 2 to 3 weeks where I wasn't moving enough, I wasn't moving, I started feeling every ache and pain in my body. I started getting very depressed. I started feeling very unmotivated, very tired. You would think like, oh, I'm resting. Like, how could I be
Yeah,
tired? You know, but this is a
yeah,
lot of case for people. They're not moving their body enough. I mean, your body, the energy needs to move. So if you just remain stagnant, then what do you think is going to happen? Like there's nothing,
that's
there's no blood flow, there's no circulation going, and that goes for your mental game too. I mean, I'm
so
sure you've
true.
witnessed this, like you don't move enough or you're sick or something like that. And mentally, you feel not only drained, but you start feeling depressed. You start feeling like you don't want to do anything. You're not, you're just not focused. You don't want to do any type of personal development for yourself.
Yeah,
So I think that's huge to really find the happy medium between the two. And Crystal, yeah, it's a journey, it's a lifestyle. So it's not a quick fix. It's not like
not at all, man.
3 weeks and I'm going to lose 10
Right,
pounds. And okay, you might lose 10 pounds, but what comes after that? You're just going to go back to how you were,
right,
or are you going to
right.
keep living like a healthy lifestyle? I mean, that's huge. That's important.
That's right. It's long
Yeah,
term, bro. Long term.
absolutely.
Crystal, yeah, 20 minutes a day is good. Yes. A fun fact, guys. After after you you're working out, after 15 minutes of working out, you start. That's when you start to enter the fat burning mode. Just something to keep in mind. It's kind of cool, right? Because yeah, you're burning through the glycogen, you're burning through your carbs, and then you start to dig into the fat. And with alcohol, you first burn the alcohol before you burn the actual calories, the actual carbs. It's crazy how the body works, man.
Yeah, that's why I let people work out on an empty stomach in the
Oh
morning.
yeah,
I know I do
oh
all the
bro,
time. Usually I work out first thing in the
same.
morning because right away I get to that fat burning mode.
Yep. Oh yeah,
Yep,
that's again
absolutely.
even quicker. What Jen just said.
Yeah.
When you're fasted and when you're working out fasted, you get into that fat burning mode even quicker because it's not you're burning off, the food from the night before rather than the food that you just ate. And again, just that much faster, man.
Yep. That and you're not weighed down, by food, you know, by
Yeah,
certain things you're eating.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, Jen.
By that digestive process.
Yeah, my parents think I'm crazy for doing it, but again, you don't know they don't know what they don't know, man.
For
And
working out on the empty stomach or
yes,
yeah.
yes, fasted. But it's again once you do the research, once you try yourself, and you realize, wow, like this is awesome, man. It works.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
fucking works, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Jen. All right, guys. You have any other questions? I think it's 45 minutes in.
Questions, exercise, nutrition, digestion. Digestion is key too. So everybody pay attention to your digestive tract.
Very much,
We don't
very
like to
much.
talk about poop, but it's important.
Yeah,
No, it is because it's basically an indicator for how your body's processed. So like your stomach is, they call it your second brain, right?
yes, and it
Like
is.
the digestive system, and you have all these microbes inside and stuff. So it's just think about that, again, when you're thinking about nutrition and what you're putting into your body, think about all those little
Right.
organisms inside of you, making them happy, and that's going to fuel you.
Yeah,
Sun
Jen.
gazing. I've never tried it, I mean, other than look at the sun, I've never, I don't know a
Yeah.
ton about it. I know that people do it, but I don't know if you know anything on that, Roy, as far as,
Nah, same here, bro. Same
I mean,
here.
I'm interested. I'm kind of curious about it now that you asked, because I know people do it, and
What's the benefit from it? Oh boy, let us know. What's the benefit from sun gazing, man? I don't really know much about it either. Um, Also, guys, something that I strongly recommend is detoxing. Do a freaking detox, a digestive, again, a stomach detox or a colon detox. Just or even what is that called? There's a heavy metal detox. I'm constantly doing cleanses, Jen. And
Mm.
right now I'm drinking a detox tea for my stomach,
Mm-hmm.
and again I have no doubt that that's why I feel better. I mean, it's liver regeneration as well, and
Mm-hmm.
with the amount of alcohol that I've drank in my life, I'm sure it helps. So just something to keep in mind, guys. Like if you're cleansing your body, even if it's once, twice a year, it's gonna help you tremendously because it really is your second mind, bro. I feel so much lighter. I feel
Yeah.
even more clarity, and just energized, bro. What a difference, man.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about all the things we eat, we take in, we don't even know it. I mean, all the plastics in our food and all the
Exactly.
heavy metals, like you said. It's probably amazing, and we probably don't even want to know what's how
Yeah.
much non-food substances we probably take in inside our
Yeah.
bodies, just
Yeah.
from environmental or whatnot. So yeah, so that could be definitely big factor.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Uh,
It's in your meteors. Huh.
wow, that's cool, dude. That is cool,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I
I'm
know
gonna
people. Like I said, I know people do it, but I don't know much about it.
I'm gonna look into that,
Awesome.
buddy. Thank you.
Gut is our second brain. Absolutely. Yep.
Yes, Eleanor. Gotcha, oh boy. Gotcha. Mornings and evenings. All right, bro. All right, Jen.
All
Family and
right.
friends. This was great, man. Thank you so much for being here,
Yeah, it was
Jen.
a nice, fun conversation this morning. I like it.
Oh yeah. I hope
Good
this
stuff.
helped.
Something a little bit different, right?
Yes, yes, definitely. Crystal said, "Thank you guys. This was epic and helpful. It's all love, buddy. It's all love, man. No need to apologize,
Yeah.
oh boy." Yes, you're welcome, Eleanor.
Uh, you're welcome, Tara.
Love, man. Love. All right, guys. Have a great day, Jen. Have a great day.
Pleasure, Roy.
Until next
Thank you,
time, my
everybody,
friend.
again, and see you next time.